Hello and welcome to Piano Shack with me, Woody. I got a surprising number of requests asking how to import Yamaha DX7 presets into the MODX. So I thought I'd make this tutorial video once and for all, even though it's a simple process once you know how anyway. The exact same principles apply, of course, to the Yamaha Montage. So why would you want to do this? Well, as I demonstrated in my previous video, the DX7 FM patches still sound incredible today, and they sound exactly the same once you import them into the MODX or the Montage, with some minor exceptions that I'll highlight a bit later on in this video. They sound especially great when you run them through the synth engine and effects in the MODX and Montage. Furthermore, there are tens of thousands of patches floating around on the internet, so if you enjoy the sound of FM synthesis, then you can tap into that fantastic resource and relive this archive of legacy sounds on a modern synthesizer. All you need is a USB memory stick, a small one will do, and an internet connection, which, if you're watching this, then yeah, well, obviously. Wonderful sound! Step 1, grab some patches. So I recommend you head over to the Bobby Blues DX7 page. There are other resources available, but this one has been the most helpful and accessible for me. Click through to the Commercial Sound Banks page, head to the Yamaha category. You can download each sound bank or ROM, it's the same thing, one at a time. Now each ROM contains 32 presets, and you can check the contents of each ROM in the patch list. A better idea though is to grab the All the Web Patches collection over here. And this is 25 megabytes of patches, which equates to a lot. We'll figure that out a bit later. Extract the contents of the zip to a folder on your hard drive. There's a lot of patches, it's going to take a little while. In fact, I counted 12,500 banks, which equates to 500,000 presets. That should keep you busy for a little while. Step 3, convert the sound banks. Now you need to head over to the Yamaha FM converter webpage. I used the drag and drop converter. The web MIDI panel I think will connect directly to your synth, your DX7 or your MODX from the browser, but I never tried it, so don't quote me on that. So I actually clicked on this panel instead of dragging and dropping, which opens a file dialog. Now you select the sysx files you want to convert. Remember, each sysx file is a single bank or a ROM containing 32 presets. Here's a top tip. Select multiple banks at the same time and all the contents will be included in the same library. Now, I'm not sure exactly what the limit is for a single library, but I've had no issues with a half a dozen banks, and that's hundreds of presets. I believe the limit actually is 640 performances in a single library, so don't go overboard here, but you can load 7 libraries into your MODX, or up to a total of 1 gigabyte, but you're not going to reach that with DX7 presets. You can find the factory presets under DX7 Original Yamaha folders. Once you've imported them into the web page, you can click around and expand to review what patches you've chosen to convert. Once you're finished, press convert, and after a little while, a zip file will be downloaded to your PC. Step 3, transfer the library to a USB drive. So after extracting the zip file, you'll find a single X7L library file. Rename this one to something meaningful because this will be the name of the library after you've imported it into your synth. A library location on the MODX is a read-only memory area, just like the preset data on the instrument. Anyway, put the file onto a USB stick, and I like to use these low-profile devices that don't stick out too much from the back of the synth. That way I can leave it connected at all times for saving, loading or transferring data. Step 4. Import into the synth. Now, before doing any operations on your MODX, I recommend always backing up your data. If you have any performances or settings that you are really worried about keeping, you don't want to lose them. Although this process will not overwrite your user presets, maybe you'll make some mistake and do something wrong, and I don't want you to take any chances and get mad at me. Take a backup and don't blame me. We won't cover that in this video, just check the manual if you need to take a backup. Put the drive into your MODX or Montage. And I like to do this when the device is switched off, but you're probably okay either way. Now head over to Utility, Contents, Load, and check for the USB drive. Now select the library and it will import into the first free library slot. This will take a few minutes to complete. Step 5. Select your new DX7 patches. So you need to jump into the category search page,
20-30 hours.
Use the bank function to limit and fine-tune your search. In the drop-down, choose your newly imported library. The name will be the same as the file name. And here they are, in all their glory. Here are a few notes and observations. Checking the user guide, we can see that the converter can handle DX7, DX7S, DX7 II, TX802 and TX816 patches. Although the patches do sound identical to me, I did notice that there are some performance parameters that are not included in the conversion. If we refer to the user guide, you can see what parameters are included and those that are not. Sadly, the pitch bend range, modulation wheel and aftertouch assignments are not converted, which is a bit of a shame, and I don't know why this is. Now obviously the MODX doesn't have aftertouch, but the Montage does, and on the MODX it could be assigned by default to the super knob. You can also see that the foot controller and breath controller data is not imported. I've also noticed that the imported patches don't have a default filter assigned to them, which kind of makes sense, but it is a shame. Of course, the original doesn't have a filter, but it gets to be a pain and old real quickly to set up a filter on every patch, if that's what you want. Now these are minor points, and I've raised them with the team at Yamaha, so perhaps they've been added to the backlog. And remember, this converter is still in beta after all. Regardless, this is a super cool feature, allowing you to use the thousands of fantastic sounding patches that still sound fresh today, since FM has become a thing again. And when you combine the FM sounds with the performance controls and effects of the Montage and MODX, it's simply heavenly. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again soon. Cheerio. There we go, that's 1. Let's take a listen to the number 9. This is piano 2. Ooh, a bit more bite on this one. Oh, I love that!